All right, it's great to be here. A little bit about me. So 28 years with Lockheed Martin Corporation, retired, and then I just couldn't get enough of working with all the wonderful customers around the world. So I joined Dassault Systemes 5 years ago, and I have the opportunity to work strategy as well as the Ideas Lab. And the most exciting part is to be able to work innovation with WSU and NIAR. So I'm going to take you on a little journey here about enhancing value through innovation and what that means based on this partnership between Dassault Systemes and WSU. So a little question. When I say Dassault Systemes, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Any idea? Oh, quiet crowd. I will tell you, most people think of us as just a CAD company, whether it's SolidWorks or CATIA. But my mission today is to show that we're much richer than that. And we're actually a scientific company with 16,000 very passionate people around the world. About 200,000 customers, a lot of partners, and we're a private company, but it's all about creating value for our customers. And our CEO, Bernard Charles, this is his mission, and this is why it fits so nicely with what we're doing here from an innovation perspective. So it's all about providing these business and people with experiences, these 3D experience universes, and it's all about sustainable innovation and harmonization of nature, product, and life. And that's the beauty of the Innovation Campus, because it's all about work, live, learn, and play. So it harmonizes very nicely. So our legacy, yes, we started with CAD, with CATIA, SolidWorks, and so on, but we grew into where we are today on this journey of what we call the 3D Experience Platform. And it's a business platform, and it services 12 different industries. So aerospace and defense is just one of the 12 industries. Now, this gives you kind of a snapshot of some of the innovation that we're doing. Up on the left corner, we talk about virtual certification. And at the heart of NIAR is all about test and certification. So this applies very nicely in this partnership. Down at the bottom left is all about we're creating what we call the virtual city or the virtual country. And so we have a contract to create virtual Singapore. And on the right, you see what we're doing from a living heart. So we're actually creating the digital twin of the human being, and we started with the heart. So very fascinating what we'll be able to do as we develop the connected human as we go forward. So aerospace. Aerospace is definitely foundational to Dassault Systemes. And we have basically designed in some way, shape, or form basically every airplane throughout the world. And you can see that they're adopting and embracing the 3D Experience Platform. And Boeing, we signed one of the largest contracts in the history of Dassault Systemes last year. So we're helping Boeing create their second century. So enabling the future today. What does that mean? Our perspective is that there's an innovation race going on. And whoever enables these new technologies, and you'll see that I put quotes around it, it requires this rich blend between people, product, processes, and tools. And we're able to do that with WSU and NIAR as part of this partnership. So where can we bring the future into reality? Right here. So we're developing an innovation ecosystem around the world. And Wichita, with WSU and NIAR and the Innovation Campus, that is the heart or the hub of what we're developing within this innovation ecosystem. So what I'm going to do is we're going to roll a video just to kind of give you an idea of our perspective of how important this innovation partnership is.
We develop the 3D Experience Center for various reasons. The sophistication, both in terms of processes, technology, mechanism, system of work is quickly accelerating. And our customers need a place where they can innovate, where they can experiment, where they can develop new ways of working and new ways of interacting with this technology and how that technology would fit into their space and their existing processes. This facility although it's physical, is connected globally. You know, our 3D experience platform is cloud-based. The teams that may be working physically here can be virtually connected with their colleagues around the world and or other experts or partners that need to be brought in.
We now have the opportunity to drive innovation throughout the world, because our mission and our goal is to be able to create an innovation ecosystem where companies can come and take advantage of this type of capability wherever you are in the world, whether it's in Asia, Europe, whether it's in the United States. And so we have a whole roadmap and strategy to develop this innovation ecosystem. If you're a startup and you come to the 3D Experience Center and leverage all the technologies, all of the processes, the system of work, the methods, rules, templates, and the expertise, and to be able to take a customer out of their comfort zone and bring them into this kind of environment, we can change their mindset to allow them to accomplish their dreams.
The factory of the future will be human-centric. And I believe in the future more and more people in the world will want to have very suitable solutions, experiences. It's not only more of the same object, but differentiation. So human-centric on all aspects, quality of work, quality of the result, and quality on imagination for people in the way they become true makers of great things for the society.
So why Wichita? Why did Dassault Systems select Wichita as that hub of the whole innovation ecosystem? And it really comes down to these facts. Wichita being the air capital of the world, that branding was very important to us. And many of Wichita or WSU and NIAR's customers are Dassault Systems customers, so it played very nicely together. And we went after one of President Obama's manufacturing.gov activities, which is the IMCP, which is the Investing in Manufacturing Community Partnerships. So, and then with NIAR being kind of an epicenter of the FAA, to be able to provide that technical excellence to them, that was very important to us from a certification standpoint. Of course, Koch Industries having their world headquarters here was very important to us. And then, since then, the ARM, which is one of the manufacturing institutes, of course, Wichita has become responsible WSU for that rig. So, and then there was an 18-hole golf course here, which we all knew about, right? So what a great use of land to be able to have an 18-hole golf course, and I'm a golfer, but to be able to give that up and put this very rich innovation campus in place. So our mission, which really in a sense is WSU's mission, is all about bringing academia, industry, and research together to be able to advance the state of the art of what product development, manufacturing, operations looks like. And be able to do that through what we call a learning by experience model. Now, I believe John Tomlin, he'll call it applied learning. So they're very complementary of each other. But the whole idea is to allow that student to be able to learn in the classroom, be able to practice it in a lab, and to be able to work with one of the partners on the innovation campus. So, though it's called the Experiential Engineering Building, we like to call it the Innovation Center. And of course, you're very familiar with the different components, with the makerspace called Go Create, with the 24 engineering labs, and then of course the 3D Experience Center. And my goal is just to spend a minute on the 3D Experience Center. So what are the objectives? It's basically the first one. This 3D Experience Center enables us to bring our customers, your customers, to be able to perform research, to be able to perform projects, real work, and be able to prove out their business transformation and how they're going about innovating their future. So, if you've never been there, in fact, how many have been to the 3D Experience Center? Raise your hands. Oh, about half, okay? If you haven't, we'll work on getting you there. But the whole idea here is to allow a company to bring in their people and leverage one of these customer collaboration rooms, of which you see 3 down at the bottom, and then be able to perform their project with all this rich technology and tools in the context of our 3D Experience platform, all integrated together within the 3D Experience Center. So you have the virtual creation of the product and all the associated processes. Then they're manifested in the future factory, which is the physical of where we're able to take robotics and be able to perform hybrid manufacturing of both additive manufacturing and subtractive. We have reverse engineering capabilities all integrated together to create that avenue to be able to do certification. And then conventional additive manufacturing, both polymer-based and metal-based. So we've done some projects. Now, this UAS project was one of the first we did in parallel as the building was being built and all this equipment was being stationed around the campus as the building was being constructed. But the idea is that we want to be able to demonstrate how we can take a 3 to 5 year life cycle down to 90 days. Now, to be able to do that, you got to think totally differently than how we're doing it today. And with the Innovation Campus and the 3D Experience Center, we have the opportunity to be able to demonstrate that. And so this were some of the objectives of that project. And this was a project between WSU, NIAR, and Dassault Systemes. And we wanted to demonstrate these capabilities as well as demonstrate where we want to go with reducing the life cycle down to 90 days. And then giving the students an opportunity to participate in this project. And I think they really had a great experience if you talk to them about what is the art of the possible when we talk about innovation. This is a picture of it. So you can just imagine, 13-foot wingspan. It can take off conventional. It has retractable landing gear. It can deliver a 5-pound payload. So it's all about a search and rescue opportunity, leveraging the technology that we developed together in this UAS. And this was our team. So it was a very wonderful team between WSU, NIAR, and Dassault Systemes to be able to work together to demonstrate what innovation is all about from this UAS perspective. And then, since the Innovation Campus, or the Innovation Center went live back in April of 2017, we were able to do a project with Airbus, which, as you know, is one of the primary partners on the campus. And this was a very unique opportunity because we had the opportunity around the world to bring a team of people, an international team together of 10 people, and be able to take an idea which Airbus had, and with their team and our teams collaborating together in this partnership, develop a concept of a future thrust reverser. And this was an article that you might have read in the Wichita Business Journal. So we're able to go from concept to full-scale functioning prototype in 84 days. So that was really incredible. So the other aspect of the whole Innovation Campus is all about this applied learning, or what we call learning by experience. So it gives our students, and when you hear about the enrollment and how it's growing, and this is, over the last 3 years, it just continues to grow the enrollment of the student body. I mean, my kids are all graduated, but I would love to get my grandkids to come here and be able to participate in this applied learning model where they get the classroom to get the knowledge, and then they get to go practice it in a lab and then walk across the hallway, so to speak, and work with one of the partners on the Innovation Campus. You can't get any better than that. And those students are able to differentiate themselves from other universities around the country. So, some facts. In 1 year, since April 2017, these are the kind of things that have occurred on the Innovation Campus, and in particular in the Innovation Center. 167 tours with 1,500 visitors, over 50 articles written. We got 9 high schools that are learning how to use CATIA, and we have these multiple projects going on which I've been able to share a couple of them. So that's very impressive, and we just see it continuing to grow. So if you haven't been on a tour, this is what you would get to see. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours, take you through 6 stations, and just give you a wonderful experience of what the future of product development and manufacturing looks like and how we're doing it together. So in summary, we have a transformative strategy, and it's in place. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to partner with WSU and NIAR. It's been working beyond my wildest imagination, actually. And the innovation ecosystem, well, it's the catalyst for this transformation for our various companies and partners. And the 3D Experience Center allows us to prototype prototype these new concepts, these processes, methods, and rules, and so on. And then, ultimately, of course, to educate the workforce of the future. So we're very excited to be able to partner and innovate the future together and be able to do it now. Thank you.